Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the entertainment news. Let's jump right into it. Tyler Perry's legal team denounces sexual assault lawsuit as a scam. Drama has been brewing as actor Derek Dixon, known for playing Dale on Tyler Perry's BET series The Oval, has filed a lawsuit on June 13 accusing the Hollywood mogul of sexual harassment and assault, and is asking for a jaw-dropping $260 million in damages. Tyler's legal team is pushing back hard, dismissing the suit as baseless and financially motivated. In a statement to TMZ, Perry's attorney Martin Boyd did not mince words. Quote, "This is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam. But Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail," end quote. In Derek Dixon's lawsuit, he alleges that Tyler Perry threatened his regular role on the show and used his professional power for sexual leverage over several years. The lawsuit states, and I quote, "Using his influence, Mr. Perry provided vulnerable men with acting positions, roles, show contracts, cars, and money. Once the object of his desire was hooked, Tyler Perry would then put them in fear of losing it all unless they engaged in Mr. Perry's perverted desire for sexual gratification," end quote. Dixon claims that Perry recruited him in 2019 to act on Ruthless while Dixon was working at an events company in Atlanta, home of Tyler Perry Studios. According to the complaints, Tyler Perry frequently referenced sex in text messages. Some of the messages reportedly include, quote, "What is going to take you to have guiltless sex," end quote, "and I love how I feel right now, but I don't like being horny," end quote. The situation escalated in January 2020 when Dixon was invited to Perry's home. At the end of the night, Dixon agreed to stay in a guest room after being told he was too intoxicated to drive. Before he knew what was happening, Dixon felt someone else slip into bed behind him and start rubbing his body around his inner thigh in a highly sexual and suggestive manner, writes Jonathan Deschild, Dixon's lawyer, in the complaint. I quote, "Dixon turned around and saw that Tyler Perry was in his bed."
Following the alleged incident, Dixon mostly ignored Perry until the mogul offered him a role on The Oval. He claims he tolerated ongoing harassment, including questions about his sexual preferences, out of fear that his character, a gay homeless store clerk who was shot at the end of the season, would be cut from the show. On the second to last day of filming, Tyler Perry allegedly invited Dixon to his trailer for drinks. Once there, Dixon claims that Perry pinned him against the wall and groped him. He states he was unaware of a human resources department to report the incident. In June 2021, the lawsuit states that Perry began to vigorously grope, grab, and play with Dixon's buttocks in a sexual manner after they discussed a show that Dixon had pitched. Afterwards, Perry's representatives allegedly contacted Dixon, offering him a $6,000 per episode raise to return for another season of The Oval. He was also informed that Tyler Perry wanted to buy the rights to produce the pilot of his show, which ultimately was not sold to a network due to pre-existing contracts between Tyler Perry Studios and Paramount Global. Dixon later reported the alleged sexual harassment to regulatory agencies. He declined to return for The Oval, leading Perry to warn him that he would be in breach of contract if he informed other staff members about why he quit. Screenshots of explicit text messages allegedly exchanged between Dixon and Tyler Perry have been released by foreign media following the lawsuit. Tyler Perry's lawyer Matthew Boyd has called the entire suit a scam, saying, and I quote, "Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail," end of quote. For now, Tyler is yet to speak publicly, but all eyes are on how this shocking story unfolds. And as the case develops, both legal teams will likely prepare for a drawn-out legal battle, one with serious implications for one of Hollywood's most powerful figures.
And yeah,
Yet again.
we go again.
Yet again,
Another black
powerful man. Powerful, successful.
Okay, yeah.
Sad.
So we can have conversations as regards. There was Bill Cosby.
Yep.
There was R. Kelly.
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors.
Luckily escaped.
Didi.
Ha.
And now Tyler Perry. What I would just want to say is, I think proper investigation should be carried out.
Yep.
Because the messages that they put out very explicit. If truly that really happened, investigations should be done so that we get to the bottom of this, so that it's not be a situation of another targeted situation for another black creative. That's just what I would say about this situation.
So ever since this news broke, I have seen a lot of comments on social media, and it's just really, really sad because every time something like this happens, the next thing you hear is people are saying that every black man that is successful out there should be careful because it's becoming, or rather it's beginning to look like an agenda must agenda. But at the end of the day, OJ has said it all. Investigations need to be carried out. We need to find out what exactly is going on and if it's true or not. But on the flip side, 50 Cent actually came out to show his support.
Which is shocking, by the way.
Yeah, because
that ain't 50.
Like that ain't 50. Feels like they've been at loggerheads. Even when Tyler Perry's issue with Monique happened back in the day.
No, he went in.
50 Cent waded in,
yeah.
and he was like, okay, this, that. So we just expected him to maybe just, nobody even expected him to say anything. Expected him to be 50 as usual and just maybe keep quiet or just drop snippets here.
I think it's just a situation where it really adores Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Looking at what Tyler Perry is doing for black, and of course, looking for a situation whereby Tyler Perry has one of the biggest movie studios.
Yes, he does, and you know
has a film village, and you know 50 Cent is now involved in movie making also. So you can imagine that collaboration with 50 and of course Tyler Perry. I don't think that's what the situation is, even though if it probably is famsing him and being on the side. But I just think it's just a case of another black man again.
Yeah,
let's just keep our fingers crossed.
Yes.
And see all of this will pan out. We don't know if it's true or if it's a lie. Investigation should be done properly to get to the bottom of this.
True that.
All right, on to the next entertainment story. Tom Cruise to receive honorary Oscars. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences has announced its esteemed recipient for the 16th Annual Governors Awards, a night dedicated to recognizing extraordinary contributions to film. Among the luminaries set to receive honorary Oscar statuettes are global superstar Tom Cruise, trailblazing choreographer and actress Debbie Allen, and visionary production designer Wayne Thomas. Additionally, country music legend Dolly Parton will be honored with the Jen Ainsworth Humanitarian Award. The awards will be presented at an untelevised ceremony on November 16, 2025 at the Ray Dolby Ballroom in Los Angeles. For Tom Cruise, this marks his first Academy Award coming 35 years after his initial Oscar nomination, though he has been nominated 4 times for his acting and producing work, including Born on the 4th of July, Jerry Maguire, Magnolia, and Top Gun Maverick. A competitive Oscar has eluded him. Academy President Janet Yang praised Cruise's incredible commitment to our filmmaking community, to the theatrical experience, and to the stunts community, highlighting his unwavering dedication to big screen spectacle and his role in championing theatrical releases. In addition, Tom Cruise is joined by Debbie Allen, a multi-hyphenate talent who will be celebrated for her vast impact across dance, film, and television. The contributions of Wayne Thomas to the visual storytelling of cinema will also be honored.
Congratulations! This is really, really amazing. Tom Cruise, known for doing the stunts himself, known for giving us classics, known for acting for how many decades, and finally, he's not getting an Oscar, he's getting an honorary. That's where I was getting at.
So I have
honorary.
I have a problem with this.
It's more like Bamabino.
So let's cite Angela Bassett as an example. After the old Black Panther thing, and now she killed her role. People were expecting, I can't remember who won that particular category that year. People were expecting that finally Angela Bassett would get her Oscars.
Exactly.
Finally, and they gave it to somebody else. I can't remember who won. And after then, they now gave her the honorary Oscar. Now, Tom Cruise doing this for, even if it's for, I definitely they know what they are looking at.
Exactly.
But even if it's for the stunts that he does himself, which the Academy President talked about, he does the stunts himself in all the Mission Impossible franchise, and of course, there's a new one out. Even for that alone, why would I never give Tom Cruise Oscar sense?
I wonder.
But things like this, you can tell that the categories are always tough.
Yeah, very
in
tight.
the year in review, and them giving this to him, amazing stuff.
At the end of the day, all I'm going to say is he has always deserved an Oscars, and now, even though he's getting, in quotes, an honorary, end of quote, Oscars, well, he deserves better. He deserves more than this. And congratulations to Dolly Parton, too.
Oh, also, yeah, true that.
Yes,
true that.
Getting that particular award. It's a special award put aside for important and special individuals. So congratulations to all of them who are awarded the Governor's Award at the Oscars.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's throw back to this past weekend as we check out what went down at the Maso in Bonieko, a live showcase, and we'll be back shortly.
Hi guys, your Lady Catherine, a real hotness, and I'm about to switch things up. Àwọnìta lálẹ́ yìí fún ètò Máṣòyìnbó ní ìlú Èkó. Ẹ máa wọnú yàrá akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ pẹ̀lú mi. Ẹ dẹ̀ máa lọ kọ́ àṣà àti èdè Yorùbá ní alẹ́ yìí. Ẹ máa bọ̀.
Borin bá dùn bí òdùn ẹni gbọ̀n wò lómi awí. Àwa ni bàbá ẹyẹ má.
Ó ti gbọ́kàn dé o kí la wá nílò láti ṣe kẹ dá mi béèrè mẹ́wàá kẹ má fi èdè míì kún èdè Yorùbá kẹdẹ mú ká yín dáadáa.
Lálẹ́ yìí ẹ fojú sọ́nà láti kọ́ èdè Yorùbá fún Máṣòyìnbó ìta gbangba èèyàn kan máa gbọ́kọ̀ lọ́lé kì í ṣe ọkọ̀ yẹn gan ló yà jù ṣùgbọ́n pé a fẹ́ kọ́ èdè Yorùbá níta gbangba.
Mi ò sọ pé ẹ ṣẹ́jú sí mi mo ní ẹ̀ ń sínjú sí mi.
Ṣé ìyàtọ̀ wà nù ẹ̀?
Wọ́n sọ yẹ́sì ń bẹ̀ yẹn bá mi yọ lówó wọn ṣe bí.
Èmi
ṣé ẹ mọ̀ wọ́n ni.
Èmi àtẹnìkan kò jọ wá bí.
Ẹnikẹ́ni tí owó rẹ̀ bá ti ṣe pélé jùlọ tó ju tàwọn tó kù lọ òun ló máa láǹfààní láti gbọ́kọ̀ náà lọ.
I like that these days we are more conscious, elevating our culture, teaching the next generation our language and ensuring that our culture, our language, our history continues to be sustainable.
I just want to learn more Yoruba tonight, I think. Yeah. I believe I can learn more Yoruba tonight. And then, and then if I can win, it's always a nice thing to win.
I'm out here just because I want to know if the winner that will carry, that car. I'm excited and I'm anticipating to see.
Èdè yìí kò gbọdọ̀ parun. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kò gbọdọ̀ lọ.
So I want somebody win that 1 million and the car outside. Because he feels like he knows the whole Yoruba in the world. So somebody must win it today.
Iṣẹ́ lóògùn iṣẹ́. Múra ṣiṣẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi. Bí a kò bá rẹ́ni gbẹ́kẹ̀lé.
Iṣẹ́ la fi ń dẹni gíga.
Iṣẹ́ la fi ń dẹni gíga.
I felt how I feel when I'm in my house, in my living room, watching.
Ṣé àwọn ló ń powó tó pọ̀ jù báyìí? Ẹ má sunkún.
Inú mi dùn wípé kò kàn kí n ṣe lórí ètò. Inú mi dùn pé nírú ìjókòó báyìí ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ọkọ̀ ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ kan torí ètò yẹn ó ṣì wà. Ẹ ṣé gan.
Ó ti di ọlọ́kọ̀ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi pàtẹ́wọ́ fún un. Tó bá ti ní awakọ̀ fún ọdún kan màá máa sanwó awakọ̀ ẹ̀.
Alright guys, there you have it. Máṣòyìnbó ní ìlú Èkó is done and dusted, and I hope you had an amazing time. I hope you learned about the culture and customs of Yoruba, especially the language itself. And counting, that is something a lot of people would take their time to learn. But anyways, that's all I can take today at this event. Shalay Catherine, a real hotness, signing out. Bye for now, guys.
I wasn't like because I know I've stumbled on it several times on Twitter. This show itself, when you're not supposed to say any English word.
Now.
So if you just make mistake and just say yes or
so,
they deduct your money. I wasn't like witnessing this.
It was amazing. It was a surreal experience. A lot of people actually came there just to see who was going to win the car.
Yeah.
Because apparently what happened was that night they had like 2 or 3 people come on stage, and then the person who ends their session and has the highest amount of money was taking home a car. And that young lady that won, she actually just finished her studies in Yoruba. She just graduated last year. She just came on stage. Like, she wasn't even the one supposed to do the interview. So it was a random thing of the host calling people in the crowd to come on stage, asking them questions. No. So they were asking questions and everything, and then she was done, and they were like, okay, Auntie Etigba Ewa Malo, meaning she has gotten it, she should come and start going. Auntie now went to sit down there and said she's not going anywhere. She said she must do today, that she must win. They said, come on, we go. She said she's not going anywhere. That even if she answers questions and she doesn't win, she doesn't mind. But her being here today is her destiny to win.
I totally love the idea of the show, and I think other tribes, other languages should imbibe it.
Yes,
and it's just a way of you going deeper. There are some people that think that, yo, I know I can flow and speak my language straight without chipping in any other language inside. Nah, you can't do it straight. This is hard. This is hard. What I see on Twitter is hard, and of course you witness it in live and saying
it was really, really amazing. And then the fact that after she won 1 million naira, someone else gave her 100,000 naira. And even the curator of the event, the convener, said that when she gets a driver, because she said she can't drive, he said when she gets a driver, he would pay for a driver for her for 1 year.
Oh, great stuff.
So it's really amazing, empowering people, and I learned a lot. A lot of people learned a lot.
I love the learning part.
Especially when it comes to counting. Hey, they call it
Onka. 1 Okon, 2 AG, 3 Eta.
Okay, we're not in primary school. What is Ogoji?
5 Aaron, 6 Efa.
What's Ogoji?
7 AJ, 8 Eson, 9, 11 Mokola, 12 Ejila.
What's
13
Ogoji?
Metala. I try now.
What's Ogun? What's Ogun?
I try now.
Okay, what's Ogun?
For a foreigner like me. For a foreigner.
Ogun?
Ogun are gods now.
Ogun is 20.
Oh yeah, I remember going to Abeokuta.
Meji, Ogoji,
yeah. I remember going to Abeokuta, Olumorok, and the OGUN means different things.
Exactly.
I just love the whole idea of the learning process that happens right there.
All right, people. Right now, let's take a glance through today's significant moments in entertainment history as we hit the rewind button.
Watch this.
Let's rewind. Today on this day in 1992, Batman returns, starring Michael Keaton as Batman, Danny DeVito as the Penguin, and Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman is released. And finally, in 2015, Pixar's animated film Inside Out is released with voices by Amy Fuller, Phyllis Smith, Louise Black, Bill Hader, and Mindy Kaling. And that's it on Rewind.
Watch this.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Social Views, so get ready to release the bad vibes, great laughter, as we explore some of the most outrageous moments from the world of social media. Let's jump right into it.
Ooh.
This one says, you fit the pity your man, say him broke, making the beg another babe to collect 100K, say him go balance him later.
Very true. Very correct. See, let me tell you ladies something. Understanding girlfriend, understanding girlfriend. It was back in the days that understanding girlfriend used to be understanding. But these days, when you're understanding girlfriend, they take you for granted, they use you anyhow, and then the one that is not understanding that they are chasing, that's when they realize, oh, I like a classy babe. So you are just there for when the classy babe is angry and doesn't have their time. Because you wait the understanding, where even 10K, you, they say, I don't want. They are begging somebody with 1 million naira, and they are telling you that they are broke. Stop being too understanding. You need to understand your man if you're in a relationship before you end up being the dejected one. Thank you and God bless you.
It is well. On to the next one. This one says, English teacher will tell me to write composition about myself and still score me 0/10. Please, sir, are you me? Is you me? I mean you? Is you I?
This one can't
because the composition is about myself. So no matter what I write there, it's about myself.
And it's correct.
Why am I getting 0/10 composition about myself?
I watched a movie one time when they were talking about the best experience in your life. And this girl wrote about a family trip. They went on everything to the village and this, that. And at the end of the day, she realized that she scored 5. And she was like, why did I score 5 when I was talking about what happened to me? And other people that were writing, I was at home, I had this, I just went to the amusement park and all of that. They had like 9 or 10. What's that? Isn't not my story. So this thing can be really, really annoying, especially when it comes to an essay about yourself, a composition. That thing is a scam, trust me, because some teachers will tell you not write it well.
So I guess it's probably what you're writing, probably the singular, plural, using the particular verb in a particular place. I guess that's why you get 0/10, because yes, it's your story, but did you write the sentence well? Were there no grammatical errors?
And then always find out what they want to know before you go and give them too much information that they don't ask you for.
On to the next one. This one says, same men who calls women gold digger cannot allow their daughters to marry poor men. In fact, the first question they will ask any man taking their daughter's hand in marriage is, what do you do for a living? Make I face front. Hey!
Very true. I totally agree with this one. So you say, oh, I want a working class lady. Then working class lady comes. And then you guys are dating, and then she's buying you expensive gifts. Next thing you say, she says, oh, baby, can I have 10 million to fund my business? And then you start calling her a gold digger. Oh, God, when it's time for your daughters to marry, you want to know if he has money. You are the one telling your daughters, go for that millionaire, billionaire. You know you're a baby girl, we pampered you. But another person is a gold digger because she's coming after you that you're not even a millionaire. Double standard people.
Everybody now gold digger.
Yes, so male and female.
The next one says, when I have nothing to write, but suddenly teacher look at me. Everybody has done this thing. Especially those that fall into this bracket of not having anything to write.
Yes.
So it not look like you're just idle, not doing anything. Then when the vigilator is passing near you, just be forming like...
So should I tell you the people that are number 1 on this list? Should I tell you?
Should.
People that ask other people in exam hall. Their eye, they're already asking, as the vigilator just come, they will now do like they are writing in the air. But then they look you. But their hand, they write for air. They are looking, two. They are doing like this.
You go to solve the question for air, now lie, you don't know nothing.
Now AI.
You're trying to remember one formula. D square minus D. You know how to form writing. The vigilator is looking at you, you know how to form writing. Now lie. They don't know anything.
Should I give you another scope? People like this, most times they go to exam hall with pencil and eraser. So that when the teacher is looking at them and they are forming writing, it's pencil. Once it goes, they use eraser.
Oh, they will not clean it. I cannot relate because I was brilliant like that. So.
Like you don't used to see them.
Thank you.
Come and get that.
Thank you. Yes, wrapping up Social Veil. This one says single and happy is now pregnant, and this definitely reminds me of a popular Nigerian blogger, by the way. Single and happy.
Yeah,
is now
after
pregnant.
chopping all the money and focusing on whiskey for many years.
And she fell pregnant.
You already know now, it's not a riddle anymore. And her sister is on one of the reality shows trending in Nigeria. Anyway, talking about single and happy being pregnant, it's about your happiness.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to be single and a single mother and you know you're happy and you have the money, well, you can go ahead and do it. And this reminds me of the conversation on social media. Everyone's talking about surrogacy, people not wanting to carry their kids anymore. And at the end of the day, I'm like, well, each to his own, because some people feel like, okay, I don't want to spoil my body. I have the money. Why don't I do this? And then some people actually want to have their kids themselves. So I feel like it's just everybody should just do what works for them, do what rocks their boat, and just stay happy, either single or married, okay? Happiness is key, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap on today's episode of Social Veil. We'll be back shortly.
We have come to the end of the show today. We hope you enjoyed the throwback vibes we had for you, and we hope you enjoyed the playlist. And all you Gen Zs, yes, I hope you now know that there are some places that some songs were sung or they started from, and then all the songs you hear these days came from somewhere. Anyway, guys, I had King OJ in the building. Lady Cat, her real hotness, was in the building. And we say goodbye, but it's not goodbye because tomorrow is another day. Make it a date at 12 noon tomorrow. But for now, bye.